And you get somewhere and then they do stuff like flood a whole area, town, like Lake Lanier. And then it's just like, okay, you tell us work hard, pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. We get it. Now you sabotage it. It's like you do not want us to win in any way. You just do not want us to be able to have a fair chance at life. That's how I feel. That's broke now. And he was also trying to get cameras inside the room. And I'm like, why would you do that? He was like, in case somebody comes in. And I'm like, you gonna see him from the front camera. If you don't see him with the front camera, you gonna see him with the living room camera. Why do you need cameras in the room? Thank God, for some reason, that guy who was putting in the cameras had did something, and it knocked out the power. And so that kind of messed up things. And so he was like, all right, let me just do the camera in the front and the back and in the living room. Hey, IRS Anonymous here. I was thinking about how I have made a video, a prior video before, and I know I had mentioned something about being isolated, and I'm really like living in it now. The situation is that I live with my child's father, so I'm living in his house. My car has gotten repossessed. I pretty much seems like I depend on him, which makes me so uncomfortable because I'm down bad if I have to depend on my child's father. He's not somebody to really depend on. I mean, this man has told me that he never, after I was fully pregnant and about to pretty much have my baby, he wants to tell me that he's never worked a day. He never had to work hard a day in his life. And his parents, in his older age, he's 8 years older than me. His parents have been footing the bill, paying his bills ever since. And he acts them up. He belittles people pretty much when he's at a job. And he's like, I don't need this job, y'all po ass niggas. Stuff like that. So he'll leave the job or whatever. So he has no real responsibilities or know what that feels like. And so he don't really pay his own bills neither. So even to today. And just, you know, overall to me, he's not a provider, a protector, a leader. None of the masculine things that I would desire in a man. I've been here for almost 2 years. The summer would make it 2 years. Throughout the time that I have lived here, he always throws me out. And so actually 2 of those times I had went to someone else's house. One of them was a friend and another was my aunt's house. And we wound up coming back, and I'm like, it just, every time we came back, things just got even worse. And so like now it has been the absolute worst. Drinking, smoking every day, which I'm not used to. Because I do not have a car now, I just feel so isolated. I have seen myself almost like have mental breakdowns dealing with this man, because he will say stuff or do stuff that will make me feel like, okay, it's no way out. Like, sometimes I'm like, I need to go take a break. Like, for instance, one incident happened. I was like, I need to take a break. He says, no, I had the baby all yesterday and all this other stuff, which he talks like it's not his child. Like, he's just babysitting. It's just weird how he talks about the child, but he wants to fight for him so bad. I'd be so confused about that. And so he'll say, no, I had him all day yesterday. I don't know. And so he'll go and drive off. And I'm like, well, when I was while renting cars, I'm like, well, can I have the car seat so I can at least go out and, you know, take the baby with me, and we go out and I'm able to get something to eat. And he was like, no, you're not taking the car seat because I don't want you taking my son away from me. I'm like, so what can I do? I do not have food in your house, and I need to get out of your house, because in his house, it's miserable to me. It's a very traumatic, just very dark place for me. I'm like, I do not want to be here. I would like to leave out of here. to get a break, and to, because we had probably a heated conversation or argument, and so I'm like, I just want to get some air, you know. And it's just like he made no sense of me getting some time to myself to like get some air and breathe and think about my thoughts and stuff. And it just gives me that feel like, you know how to say, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And it's like, okay, we have, and we still working hard, and we still not getting anywhere. And then you get somewhere, and then they do stuff like flood a whole area, town, like Lake Lanier. And then it's just like, okay, you tell us work hard, pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. We get it. Now you sabotage it. It's like you do not want us to win in any way. You just do not want us to be able to have a fair chance at life. That's how I feel here with my child's father. And I feel like it's just, I know, and I feel like it's definitely like being in solitary confinement, if that's the correct term, or just being in confinement, period. Like, now that I really do not have a car, and now that my car insurance for my other car has ran out, with Uber Eats and Amazon Flex, those were my two main sources of income. They are gone because they don't accept rental cars. Well, in the area I'm in, Uber Eats do not let you rent a car for Uber Eats. I would have to go to another city that's an hour plus way to rent a car to do Uber Eats, and I'm like, that is not worth it. So I have lost both of those. My account now is negative, so I have no money in my account, because for the repossession, they have taken money out of my account forcibly for the rest of the payment of the car. So they sold my car, somebody bought my car. I guess when they repossess your car, they send it off to auction, somebody buys it. Somebody bought it, but they didn't pay for it the rest of the loan. I had like $9,000 left to pay on the car. So I think the person paid like $17,000 or something for the car. And so whatever else remaining, of course, for the loan, I had to pay off. And I bank with that where my car loan is. So they forcibly took the money out of my account. Now I'm negative. So I'm like, don't freak out. I'm not going to freak out. I do not have any money now, and I'm stuck in the house, so I'm not even able to really go get a rental car. And if I get a rental car, I'm not able to make any money. So I feel so confined now. And he had the nerve to come up to me. I expressed this to him because I was kind of freaking out when I saw my bank account. And I was like, they took the money out of my account and I don't have any money now. And I was like, just freaking out a little bit. Not a little bit, I was freaking out. But I was trying to keep it together because I do not like to freak out much in front of my baby. That's what he said. You fucking with somebody else. You don't fuck with me. You got somebody else. And you didn't call me all day. I usually do not call you all day. And I'm worried about how I'm going to make money now. And you're coming to me with some BS like this. When I had my car and I was doing Uber Eats, he accused me of cheating, which I told him we're not together. This is not a good relationship. This is not a healthy environment for me nor my baby. I'm pretty much here because of my child. And so what I tell him is we're not together. And I thought we've talked about this so many times, but he was like, well, you're living in my house, so that means we're together. I'm like, oh gosh, so this is why he keeps thinking I'm talking to other people. And I'm like, I think a part of him knows that I should probably be talking to someone else who is better to me. When I was doing Uber Eats, I even showed him all the hours I would be doing. I'm like, I'm not out here playing. I'm really trying to get money to pay my bills. My body is aching, and I'm still fighting through the pains to do Uber Eats to get money to provide for me and my baby, because he's not going to pay my bills. I do not ask him to do that. I do not expect him to do that. Even when I'm showing him how many hours I've worked, he's just looking at how much I've made and just like, oh yeah, I need to get that, or that's how much money you got. So he's like starting to pocket watch me and like, why can't you pay your bills? And I'm like, Do you not know when I was working my job before I left, my bills were like over $2,000, if not $3,000. So I have eliminated, of course, rent and now car. So my bills are still like over $1,000 for stuff that I pay. Like my life insurance, I do not want to let that go. My car insurance, because I want to still drive other cars and be insured. What else do I have? Life insurance. It's other stuff that I have because I write them down. So they cost money, clearly, on my cell phone bill and stuff like that. So I'm paying for all of that stuff still. I'm not 12 years old. I still got bills to pay. So he does that, and I'm like, I'm showing you the hours because you keep claiming that I'm out here just playing and being lazy and sneaking off with somebody or whatever your theory is. And so now that I am here, I do not have a car. I'm pretty much stuck in his place. It's not like a corner store around here or anything, or stores or stuff close by. So it's like walking somewhere would be so far, and I'm here now, and this is like a place that he would want me to be in, confined, stuck, dependent on him. He can watch me. And he has cameras on the house. So ever since I have moved in, and he was always accusing me of doing stuff and not believing me. He got cameras put on the back of the house, the front of the house, the side of the house. Is people beside him. He got one in the living room. That's broke now. And he was also trying to get cameras inside the room. I'm like, why would you do that? He was like, in case somebody comes in. And I'm like, you gonna see him from the front camera. If you don't see him with the front camera, you gonna see him with the living room camera. Why do you need cameras in the room? Thank God, for some reason, that guy who was putting in the cameras had did something, and it knocked out the power. And so that kind of messed up things. And so he was like, all right, let me just do the camera in the front and the back and in the living room. And I'm like, and why would they even let you do that? I don't even know that's legal to have cameras in someone's room. Talking about invasion of privacy. So with all of the cameras and me not being able to go anywhere, you're always watching me coming in and out the house, and you still bothering me about stuff. Why are you not picking up the phone all the time? Why are you not doing this? It's just like, I lose my shit. I absolutely do lose my shit at times, because I do not like feeling like I'm controlled like that. It's like so annoying feeling. It's just so annoying to feel like this. It's like it's no winning. When I have my car, I got accused. When I'm here, I'm getting accused. I guess because I have a cell phone. If my cell phone gets cut off, it's like, would this nigga still have something to say? It's like he just want everything to be taken away from me and just want me to suffer. That's how I feel. That's how I feel, and it's frustrating, and I absolutely cannot stand it. So I have acted out in ways that I haven't acted out before in my life, and I think a situation like this can take somebody there, if not worse. So it's like, be careful in situations like this. And I'm working hard, trying to bust it's like I get up and I keep falling every day. It's like something. It's been a very much so learning experience, and just difficult, and just feeling like, I cannot win. I'm being confined, and I feel like I just cannot win. I'm getting accused of stuff that's not true. And then his mom just eggs him on. She's playing you. I'm like, I'm the one who's getting played the most. I got punked. By a guy I would have never talked to. I would have never, knowing who he really is and how long he just faked for, I would never have given him the time of day at all. So I'm like, I feel like I've gotten punked, and I hope one day I would get over it. And I'm like, I got played the most. Your mom can shut up. I do not respect his mom. And that's probably mean to say. I do not respect her because she has done she is toxic and damaging, and he is an example of her. And she's seen him go off on me, and she don't say nothing, and that's why I do not respect her. I'm just in the video. This is my real life experience, being confined and just feeling like I'm not going to win in any way around a man like this. So until my next video, peace.